If you're listening to this right now, it isn't by chance you were meant to hear it. So pay close attention really carefully. Don't skip a second of what I'm about to say, because everything is connected. Missing even a moment means missing the truth, a truth that could change your entire future. Today I'm going to share 4 hidden truths with you. Truths that have been kept away from seniors, people who spent decades building the world we all rely on today. And yet, no one is telling you the real story. But I will because it matters. The 4th truth is the darkest. It's the one that affects your life moving forward. And if you miss that truth, you'll regret it, because once it becomes obvious to everyone else, the time to prepare will already be gone. So stay with me. Don't skip, don't scroll. Every second counts. Before we go deeper, I want to ask you something important. Where are you listening from? Drop the name of your city in the comments. I want to see seniors from across the nation and beyond. Speaking up, this message is for every one of us. And if you believe people deserve the truth, hit the like button right now. That one action helps this message reach more people. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell. You never miss important updates. Now let's begin with hidden truth. 1. There's a quiet shift happening in the world. It's not on the news. It's not in the papers. But you can feel it, can't you? The world you once understood, the one that felt familiar, is fading. And most seniors have no idea it's happening right under their noses. Here's the first hidden truth. The systems you trusted are no longer designed to protect you. They're designed to replace you. I'm not talking about conspiracy. I'm talking about structure, technology, policy, and communication. Everything has been quietly rewritten to prioritize efficiency over humanity. You've seen it. Banks closing local branches, customer service replaced by AI that doesn't care, doctors on screens instead of in rooms. People call it progress. But it's not progress. It's distance. And that distance is growing between humans and the systems they once relied on. This isn't an accident. It's a slow restructuring. A redesign of dependency. Because when people depend fully on systems, they stop depending on each other. And when people stop relying on each other, they become manageable, predictable, silent. That's why so many seniors today feel invisible, unheard, undervalued. It's not in your imagination. You've been quietly moved out of the center of influence, a position you once held with pride. So ask yourself this. If the world can make the very people who built it feel unnecessary, where exactly are we heading? That is the first truth. The system no longer protects you. It protects itself. But here's what most people don't know. You still have time. Not a lot, but enough to wake up, reconnect, and prepare. I'll show you how by the end of this message. Because in the final truth, I'll tell you what's coming, and what you can do right now to protect yourself and your family. Don't go anywhere. The next truth builds directly on this one, and it explains why silence is spreading faster than ever. Before we move on, think about this. When was the last time you took even one day to reflect on what actually matters? Your habits, your goals, your relationships, your purpose. That's why I always tell people, especially those in their 50s, 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and beyond, to use something like a 31-day high-impact planner. Not for productivity, but for direction. Because when the world moves fast, clarity becomes your strongest protection. You can't control the chaos outside, but you can strengthen yourself from within. So write this down somewhere. Preparation is protection. That's not a phrase. It's survival. Now ask yourself before you sleep tonight. If everything I depend on stopped working tomorrow, how prepared would I truly be? That single question separates those who will adapt from those who will be overwhelmed. And while you think about that, comment below, I choose to stay awake. Or, I'm ready to prepare. Choose one. By the time we reach the final truth, you'll understand why that choice matters. Stay with me. The next truth reveals why seniors are being quietly silenced, and how that silence is reshaping the world you thought you knew. If something in you felt a chill earlier, that wasn't fear. It was recognition. You felt it in small moments. Moments when the world doesn't seem to listen anymore. Moments when your voice doesn't echo like it used to. And that brings us to hidden truth too. Before I reveal it, remember, don't skip. You need every connection for the fourth truth to make sense. Here it is. The second hidden truth, silence, is the new form of control. The world no longer silences people by force. It does it through distraction, through constant noise that drowns out wisdom. Conversations once mattered. People listened. They reflected. Now, it's all scrolling, swiping, reacting, not understanding. And that is not an accident. There's a pattern here. A quiet strategy at work. When everyone's attention is scattered, the truth can sit right in the open, without anyone noticing. And the people who've lived the longest are the ones who actually remember how things were. They are the biggest threat to all that noise. You, the ones who can connect dots others don't even notice. Your voices aren't being lifted anymore. Your stories aren't being shared. Your wisdom isn't trending, not because it's unimportant, but because it's too important. The system prefers a generation that forgets, not one that remembers. One that consumes, not one that questions. One that follows, not one that leads. And that's why your voice. Yes, your voice has been turned down. Let me ask you something honestly. When was the last time someone genuinely asked for your thoughts about the future? When was the last time someone actually listened? Answer that in the comments. It's been too long. Or, I'm ready to speak again. Your comment will remind others that they're not the only ones feeling invisible. Now listen carefully. This silence isn't just emotional, it's built into the system. Every major communication platform from social media to news networks is designed for reaction, not reflection. Algorithms don't push wisdom, they push conflict. They don't highlight calm truth, they highlight loud lies. And in a world obsessed with instant attention, guess which voices vanish first? The voices that require time. The ones with depth. The ones filled with history. That's why so many older people feel irrelevant today. But that feeling isn't real. It's manufactured. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I spoke with a retired engineer from Michigan, a man who helped design the electrical grids millions of people rely on. He told me he tried sharing warnings online about how fragile the system has become. But no one noticed. No one cared. Hardly anyone even saw it. Meanwhile, a video of a celebrity's dog got millions of views. That's when he understood. This isn't about truth anymore. It's about distraction. And distraction is how they win. That's what you're up against. A world where silence isn't demanded. It's engineered. But here's what they didn't expect. They didn't expect people like you to wake up. They never imagined the generation that built everything would start paying attention again. So remember this. When you start speaking, the silence starts breaking. Never underestimate your power. And I mean that. Use it. Start small. Call someone younger today. Share something you've learned. Write down something you wish you had known earlier. Silence only grows when you stop sharing what's inside you. Now let me give you something practical. Remember that 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier? This is exactly where it becomes essential. Use it to shape your voice, one message, one insight, one reflection every single day. Because here's the truth. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs your wisdom, organized, focused, consistent. And when your wisdom becomes consistent, people start paying attention again. Use the planner as your quiet weapon, a daily framework to take back your focus and your voice. But I need to be honest with you. Time is running out. Something is coming, something that will make this silence feel permanent. If we don't act now. And before this message ends, I'll show you exactly what that is. Why no one's talking about it. and how it's already reshaping everything from money to medicine to meaning itself. But before we go there, you need to understand one more hidden truth. A truth that reveals how this silence is being deepened by the very things designed to make life easier. It's subtle. It's hidden, but it's everywhere. And once I explain it, you'll start seeing the pattern too. So, whatever you do, don't scroll, don't skip, don't let this slip into the background. Because if the first truth exposed the structure, and the second truth revealed the silence, then this next truth exposes the mechanism behind it all. And only after that will the final truth, the darkest one, finally make sense. You've noticed it, haven't you? The world is getting quieter. Not because people have less to say, but because comfort has become the new control. That's the third hidden truth almost no one is willing to confront. We were told technology would set us free. More time, more connection, more life. But what if it's doing the opposite? What if every step toward comfort has taken us one step deeper into silence? Think about it. When was the last time you made a decision without a screen telling you what's best? When was the last time you trusted your instincts over an algorithm? Drop your honest answer in the comments. I still decide for myself. Or, I'm starting to see it now. Because here's the part most people avoid facing. The devices that promise freedom are training obedience. Every notification builds a reflex. Every convenience builds dependence. It's not a conspiracy. It's design. And who benefits when people stop thinking for themselves? Not you. Not your family. Not the communities that built this country. It benefits the people who've learned that a silent population is the easiest to control. I've seen the data. I've seen the patterns. And seniors, you're being targeted differently. They call it digital inclusion, but what it's really turning into is digital dependence. Your habits, your time, your voice. Everything is being mapped, predicted, and slowly controlled. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Every new, smart device promises convenience, yet somehow takes away another piece of your freedom. Comment below, yes, I've noticed it. Or, it's happening fast. We weren't created to live through screens. We were made to build, to think, to love, to question. But now technology has wrapped all of that inside convenience so quietly that you barely notice what's being taken until it's already gone. That's how silence spreads. Not by force, but by comfort. People stop speaking because they think likes and shares mean their voice is being heard. But attention isn't a voice. It's a transaction, your time in exchange for their control. Look around the world. Seniors pushed into paperless systems for safety. Cash disappearing for progress. Healthcare decisions run by algorithms deciding who gets help first. And the moment you question it, you're labeled as resistant, old-fashioned, uninformed. But maybe the ones they call old-fashioned are simply the last people who remember what real freedom felt like. Do you see it now? The comfort they offer always comes with invisible strings. The easier life becomes, the less you notice what's slipping away. And here's what I need you to hear clearly. When wise voices fall silent, entire civilizations lose their ability to survive. That's why your voice matters more than anyone realizes. Because you, the generation that remembers, are the ones that are working hardest to quiet. Not because you're irrelevant, but because your awareness is powerful. That's why the 3 one-day high-impact planner I mentioned earlier isn't just a tool, it's a shield. It trains you to think again, to plan with intention, to take back your rhythm from systems that are learning you better than you know yourself. Use it daily. Because the more aware you become, the harder it is for anyone to shape your choices. Comment below. It's helping me stay aware. Or, I'm starting today. Now listen closely. If the first truth showed you how information is shaped, and the second truth revealed how your voice is being softened, and the third truth exposed how comfort becomes control, then what comes next is different. The fourth truth isn't about silence or convenience. It's about what all of this has been preparing the world for. And most people watching this right now have no idea what's coming. This next truth is the most dangerous, the most hidden, and the most time-sensitive. Because, once you understand it, you will never look at this world the same way again. Here it is. The system being built isn't just targeting your freedom. It's targeting your essence. It doesn't just want to influence what you do. It wants to shape who you are. From beta tracking to predictive algorithms, everything has been slowly weaving a global network designed to replace one thing: human discernment. The goal isn't simply to control actions, it's to eliminate the need for deep thinking. And when people stop thinking deeply, they stop feeling deeply. And when they stop feeling, they stop living. This isn't psyching a fiat. It's happening right now as finance, health, identity, and technology fuse into a single system promising safety and ease. But ease always comes with a price: obedience. When was the last time you read something without being told what to believe first? When was the last time you trusted your instinct before checking what everyone else thought online? Comment: I still think for myself, or I want to start seeing again. Seniors like you are the last generation that remembers life before full digital dependence. When trust was human, not coded. When a handshake was proof, not verification. That memory is your power. And that is exactly what this hidden system is trying to erase. You've seen it. Cash disappearing. Choices automated. Opinions labeled as misinformation. And it's no accident. Even your attention, the most human resource you have, is being collected, analyzed, and fed back to you as a softer, curated version of reality, designed to keep you comfortable, quiet, and compliant. But here's the part no one dares to say out loud. This goes far beyond control. It's about replacing the very spirit that questions. If they can weaken your will, they can shape your world. If they can predict your choices, they can prevent your awakening. That's why this message had to reach you now, because the window to stay conscious, to stay aware, to stay prepared is narrowing. You feel it, don't you? That subtle pressure, that sense that something big is shifting beneath the surface, that feeling isn't fear. It's recognition. It's truth knocking on the door. And this is why I keep reminding you to use your 31-day daily high-impact planner, not just to keep your days organized, but to reclaim them, to think for yourself again, to write down your thoughts, your beliefs, your insights before the systems write them for you. Every page you fill is an act of freedom. Every decision you make with intention weakens the influence they're trying to place over your life. Because what's coming next, most people won't be ready for it. They won't recognize a world where choice feels real but isn't. Where freedom feels present but has already been traded away. But you can be ready. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. If people don't wake up now, they'll open their eyes one day and realize everything they thought they controlled, their money, their decisions, their movements, has slowly slipped into someone else's hands, and they'll have no idea when it happened, only that it began the moment they stopped questioning. But you're different. You're aware now. You've seen the signs others overlook. And because you see the pattern, you still have a chance. Not a big one, but a real one, to prepare, to rebuild your clarity, to reconnect with your community, to reclaim your routines, and to teach others what's being hidden in plain sight. Because the darkest truth isn't that control is coming. It's that control is already here. But remember this. Even in the tightest systems, awareness creates cracks. And light always enters through cracks. This message found you now for a reason, not by chance, but by timing. You are meant to hear it. You are meant to pass it forward. Before this video ends, do one thing. Like it so more seniors can hear what isn't being told anywhere else. And subscribe with notifications on. Because in my next message, I'm going to reveal what this hidden system is evolving into and how to stay free inside it. No one else will tell you what's coming next. But I will. Because you deserve the truth. Every senior deserves it.